Welcome back, True Seeker. Saturday, October 27th, 2018. Big news story in the sports world over in the UK right now. Popular Premier League soccer team, Leicester City, their owner's helicopter crashed, and they're keeping people in suspense. They're saying they don't know if the owner was in the helicopter or not. But I want to show you what the ritual is here. No doubt this is a ritual. Understand the entire world of media, sports, government. It is under Masonic control, and Masonry is into rituals, and they love disasters. Disasters capture the mind's eye of the masses like sports do. This is the man with the impossible name to pronounce who may or may not have died. But I'm going to show you why this helicopter's crashed today. It has everything to do with the Premier League season and its start date and the date of this incident. So the man's 61 years old right now. He was born in 57 on the date April 3rd, the 93rd day of the year. It's interesting that he's 61 because 61 is the 18th prime number, and here we are in 2018. If you missed my work on the baseball game, Game 3 of the World Series, final score, the game concluded in the 18th inning on the 18th hit of the game, the 61st at bat for the Dodgers. Big numbers in baseball history, 61 and 18. The word baseball in gematria equals 18. So anyway, just establishing the significance of 61. This man's also from Bangkok, which in gematria sums to 61. But here's what's important. From his date of birth to this incident on the 27th is 207 days after his birthday. In numerology terms, 207 is no different than 27. Zero doesn't count. So 27, those are the key digits. The word ritual equals 27. You're probably well aware of many rock and roll deaths at age 27. And if you've read my book, Letters and Numbers, the longest chapter in that book, Murder by Numbers, covers the vast majority of the rock and roll deaths related to age 27. And the many synchronicities with that number in their deaths. So 27, this suspicious number, often found around tragedy. This happened after a Premier League match. Notice Premier League has the gematria of 72. The reflection of 27. In case you're new here, these ciphers, the way they work is the dark blue cipher is the alphabetic order with the rules of numerology. So for example, P is the 16th letter of the alphabetic order. You take the numerology as 16. So P is worth 7. R is the 18th letter. You take the numerology of 18. So 1 plus 8 is 9. So P is 7, R is 9, E is the 5th letter, E is 5, M is the 13th. The numerology of 13 is 4. So M is 4. I is 9, E is 5, R is 9 again, L, the 12th letter, becomes 3, E5, A1, G7, U, the 21st letter, becomes 3, E5. You add up all the letters as numbers, it sums to 72. The way this cipher works is you flip the alphabetic order around and then use the rules of numerology. So with the reverse alphabetic order, P becomes the 11th letter. The numerology of 11 is 2. So P is 2. R becomes the 9th letter, R is 9, E becomes the 22nd letter, the numerology of 22 is 4, so on. You add up all the letters, sums to 72 forwards and backwards. Not a lot of words are the same forward and back, but Premier League is the reflection of 27. The team that his team played tonight was West Ham United, which also has this gematria of 72. Over here in the U.S., we call football soccer. Soccer happens to be a word with 27 gematria. Here's how the headlines look in the U.S. Soccer team owner's helicopter crashes after match on the 27th. And we've talked about this many times before with the U.K. and helicopters. After the March 22nd London false flag, there was a Scottish Rite helicopter parked out, big red helicopter parked out in front of Parliament. Helicopter 57, England 57, Leicester 57. If you write out Scottish Rite, like the Scottish Rite helicopter that was parked out there last year for the false flag, Scottish Rite's also 57 in that cipher. And again, this man was born in 57. He's got a 1957 birthday. Might have gone out in his helicopter. His birth numerology, April 3rd, 1957. That's a date with 83 numerology. Helicopter crash equals 83. Football equals 83. For you UK people over there, you know the band name, The Police. They sung the song Murder by Numbers. That song came out in 83. Murder by Numbers came out in 83. It's about how killing people is as simple as ABC 1, 2, 3. Pretty creepy song. Notice murder also has this gematria 79. We're going to talk about that number as well in a moment. Helicopter crash 83, football 83, murder 83. From the start of this Premier League season, which was August 10th, to today is the 79th day of the season. The 79th day. Helicopter crash. Also 79. Just like how murder 79 and 83. Helicopter crash. 79, 83. 79 is also the 22nd prime number. Football, a game of 11 on 11, 22 men on the field. He took off from King Power Stadium. King Power has this gematria of 55. The date of the match was a date with 55 numerology. Keep in mind the word sacrifice also equals 55. His surname, Shrivanana Prabhaba, I don't know. Anyway, his surname has gematria of 75. Today's date also has 75 numerology. Murder by numbers, when we see people dying these suspicious deaths, the date typically connects to their name more often than not. His name has a lot of interesting gematria. His full name with the alphabetic order is 199, which is the 46th prime number. Sacrifice also has gematria 46. Sacrifice up here. 46. A second ago, I said it sums to 55, which is true, but you have to take into account the S exception. S is the 19th letter. S is the only letter you have to reduce 2 times to get to a single digit. S is 19. 1 plus 9 is 10. Then the 10 is 1 plus 0 is 1. So S is 1 here. In this cipher, S is 10. S can be 10 or 1. But 199, the 46th prime. 109 is the 29th prime number. Football equals 29. Good name to be a football manager. 143. Remember how we were talking about the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry? Scottish Rite of Freemasonry, 143. Again, Scottish Rite alone is 57, like helicopter. And the name of the club that he oversees. Look how the gematria overlaps with Freemason. See? Scottish Rite's a branch of Freemasonry. So I can tell you that the ritual's very clear. What I can't tell you is if this man's really died or not. I suspect since they're holding off on reporting if he was in the helicopter, they'll probably later come out and say that he died in the crash. I imagine if they knew he wasn't in the crash, they'd come out right away and say he wasn't in the helicopter. And who else would be in the owner's helicopter anyway, you know? But this is the world we live in. One distraction after the next. You know, big headlines in the world today. Israel bombing Gaza. Got to keep the world's masses distracted. So let me go out to the chat in case somebody has some information I don't know about. Maybe somebody's got a question out here. Let's see. We don't have many likes. We got a low amount of likes, that's for sure. 4 Jaguar players arrested. Well, now I know. Thank you, Jules. Yeah, I saw the Dodgers lost. The score was 6-9. Good World Series score. World Series 69. Yeah, the Red Sox had number 57 start tonight. Now LA is down 1-3 in LA. LA 13, also 41 the 13th prime. Oh yeah, I saw the score. Dacian Gordon died Sunday at the age of 22, but some reports said 22, and then as other track stars murdered Lauren McCluskey. I covered Lauren McCluskey's death. That's synced up with the Pac-12 College Football Championship. She's from Washington State University town and died down at Utah, two Pac-12 schools. I don't know about this Gordon. So not yeah, two track stars dead at 22, huh? That is interesting. Two track athletes. Remember, murder equals 79, the 22nd prime. So these are both female track athletes who died, huh? The school did not release her cause of death. Hmm. I remember when I was in college, I wish I knew exactly what day it was. It was over 10 years ago now, but one day there was a suicide supposedly out at the bleachers, and they asked the whole school to go out there to have a moment of silence for them. And now that I look back at that, it seems really weird. I'm sure there were plenty of other people who committed suicide in the time I was at the university, had tens of thousands of students, and only that one time did they ask us all to go out there for the moment of silence. If only I knew gematria then. Let's see what this person's name equals. 67, like blood sacrifice? Goodness. Goodness, goodness. See the 59 number stamped all over the black race, Negro slave blues. I see the 139 like Freemasonry. Well, I think we know what happened here. No cause of death, but none needed. 73 also like sacrifice. They didn't die on the day leaving 67 days left in the year, did they? What day did they die? Sunday. What day is this from? How come a second ago when I clicked on this thing, it said it was from 2 days ago? Could they have died? Oh, was this last Sunday? So Sunday was the 21st. That was a date with a life lesson number of 42. So it was a date with 42 numerology, another number stamped on Black history. I'm sure there's a greater ritual to this, but just the 67 name. Huh. She ran track at LSU. We just saw an LSU player murdered by the numbers recently. Then she went from LSU to Northwestern State. Huh. All right, let's see. What else is there? Yeah, we've been talking about the possibility of Boston, if they end up in the World Series since July, winning in game 5 because it would be a span of 99 days from the Super Bowl. So since July, we've brought up this possibility: Boston in the World Series and it being synced up with the Super Bowl, spanning 99 days before the final game of the 99th NFL season. So entirely possible. I think Chris Sale's pitching tomorrow. I heard him say that at the end of the game tonight. So you got bad information out there, guys saying Price. Glad you appreciated the FBI calls. I'm gonna come back and do another live stream on a separate topic, you guys. I'm gonna sign off on this one for right now. I'll look more into the death of this young woman at 22. Yeah, there's no update on if the owner was in the helicopter or not, but I just see the ritual with why the helicopter crashed. Obviously not an accident. Hey, don't forget to hit the like button, you guys. Don't forget to go out and pick up the book, Letters and Numbers. You want to get that book and print it out. It's a life changer. All right, Truth Seeker. Till next time.